U.S. Farm Report weather is brought to you by H&S Manufacturing. Poly sides, floor, and a rear monoblock gearbox on vertical beater models are just some of the great features of the H&S Hydra Push 425 and 550 bushel model manure spreaders. Find out more about the Hydra Push at the H&S website.
Meteorologist Matt Engelbrecht joining us now with weather. Matt, I lost track of the number of tractors I saw doing field work this week taking place around Kansas City. Tillage and hydrous ammonia. It's an early start to spring, and it looks like it could stick around a while.
We're looking at that temperature outlook between the 27th and the 2nd, as Tyne was saying. It is going to stick around. This isn't a day or 2-day type pattern that we're seeing all the way into early March. And you got high confidence in above average temperatures, not only into the Midwest and the Northeast, but back here towards the west as well. One thing that we do have to keep our eyes out for regarding Tuesday and Wednesday is the severe weather potential. Now, in terms of the precipitation outlook, what comes with the warmer air is also the chances of some wetter than normal conditions. But you can see how things are placed. The ridge right back over here for an extended period of time, and then a low pressure system or a trough trying to work across the United States, picking up that Gulf moisture and pushing up here towards the north and to the northeast. So some rain chances on the way for parts of not only the Midwest, but also the east and the south. Back here as well. Another indication of a trough coming through looks like next weekend. And we'll talk more about that in a second. One thing that we do want to make note of as we go into the week ahead, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, meteorologists, we've been circling Tuesday and Wednesday since last week for the severe weather potential. Again, we're going to have to see how it materializes, but we're starting to get into that part of the season. Despite what the calendar says, these warmer than average temperatures and a trough like this that is going to be digging across the United States, those are just a few of the ingredients you need for the potential for severe weather. Rather shallow Tuesday and into Wednesday, but you combine that cold, dry air with the warm and also the elevated dew points in the other one, and that's where you get potential for some severe weather. Now, when it comes to severe weather, especially in this pattern, this isn't days after day of severe thunderstorms or even thunderstorms in general. Rather, this is going to be moving out, and we get more zonal Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with that ridge trying to rebuild. But as we just looked at, another trough, a deeper one, sets to take shape back on the west coast. So this is kind of a long way of saying expect above average conditions for 4 or 5 days straight, a break with a trough coming through, the potential for some thunderstorms, and then back into this kind of pattern, 4 or 5 days with high pressure and relatively quiet and warm weather. Check that out. That's Sunday. This is impressive in terms of the warmth coming to the Midwest and the East. Quick check of that drought monitor. Still looking at some much needed rain in the forecast for Iowa.
Thanks, Matt. Well, a Brazilian firm continues to cut its soybean forecast, but the markets seemed unfazed this week. We'll talk about it next with Joe Jansen and Ben Brown next.